everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to the JetBase series, a mix of Jetpack Compose and Firebase. In the previous video, we learned how to delete a video from Firebase Cloud Storage. Now, in this video, we will learn how to update a video in Firebase Cloud Storage. So let's continue it. Open the My YouTube app project. Go to FirebaseStorageHelper. Here we already have functions for uploading a video, fetching all the videos, and deleting a video. Now let's write the code for updating a video. But first, how does the updating work? So when the user updates the video, the old video is first get deleted and the new video replaces it. Let's create a suspend function, replace video. It takes 3 parameters. The old path of the existing video to be replaced, the new URI of the new video selected by the user, and the context. Ultimately, it will return the video data, which contains information like the download URL, name, and storage path. Being a suspend function, it runs asynchronously within a coroutine to avoid blocking the main thread. The function first calls delete video, old path, to remove the existing video from the storage. After deletion, it calls upload video, new URI, context to upload the new video and return the resulting video data object. This function replaces the video or updates it with a new one. But we also need a function that updates the video list, right? Hence, go to VideoViewModel. Here, create a replace video function. This replace video function is responsible for replacing an existing video in both Firebase storage and the video list. It takes the old video, the new videos file, URI, new URI, and the context. The function uses ViewModelScope.launch to run the replacement process in a coroutine, ensuring it doesn't block the main thread. Inside the coroutine, it first calls FirebaseStorageHelper.replaceVideo, which deletes the old video from Firebase and uploads the new one in its place, returning a new video data object that contains old path, new URI, and context. Then the video list is updated using map, which replaces the old video with a new one by checking if each item's storage path matches the old one. If it matches, the new video will take its place. This ensures that the UI is updated immediately to reflect the replacement without needing to reload the entire list, maintaining a smooth and responsive user experience. Next, let's add the update button to the video item. So go to video item. Here, create an onReplace parameter consisting of URI and its unit, which is passed from the parent composable. It handles the replacement logic when a new video URI is selected. Next, we will create a content picker to select a video when the user replaces or updates the current video. So create a replace launcher that uses Remember Launcher for activity result, which allows the user to select a video file from the device. The contract used is ActivityResultContracts.getContent, which opens a file picker and returns a URI pointing to the selected file. Inside it, URI.let onReplace it checks if a valid URI was returned, that is, the user actually selected a file, and if so, it passes that URI to the onReplace function. Then inside the row below the play pause button code, create another icon button for update. When the user clicks it, it calls replace launcher.launch video, which opens the device file picker and filters for video files only. Next, the icon uses icons.default.edit, whose content description is replace, and the icon tint color is white. Now the actual replacement or update logic is handled by the parent composable, that is DisplayVideoScreen. Hence go to DisplayVideoScreen. Here inside the video item, We already handled displaying the video, deleting the video, and now replacing or updating the video using the onReplace parameter. So write onReplace is equal to URI ViewModel.replaceVideo, video URI, and context. This line connects the replace action from the UI to the view model. When a new video URI is selected, it calls ViewModel.replaceVideo to delete the old video, upload the new one, and update the list. And that's it. Our update feature is also done, and so is our app. Now let's run the app and check. So we have one video here as well as here in the database. I click on the edit icon. It opens a video gallery. I select a new video. And look, the old video is replaced or updated by the new video here as well as here in the database. Great. Now let me quickly show you the complete output. Add a video from the video gallery. Display the video. Refresh the database. Play the video. Pause the video. Edit the video. Delete the video. And it's gone. Perfect. Also, let's revise everything. So we use Firebase Cloud Storage to store the videos. We store 3 parameters of a video, that is, video's URL, name, and storage path. The concept was simple. All the main logic for uploading, fetching, deleting, and updating the video was present here in the FirebaseStorageHelper. The VideoViewModel not only implements the main logic from FirebaseStorageHelper, but it also updates the video list, giving a smooth user experience. Then the video item is a single item that consists of a video display card that uses exo player, play pause buttons, a delete button, and update button. Lastly, in the display video screen, everything is set using a lazy column. And that's it. Now, if you have watched the entire JetBase series, then you know how to store the data, how to store an image, and now even how to store a video in Firebase using Jetpack Compose. Isn't that cool? So yeah, that's it for the video. If you are new to this channel, then please consider subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video.